how you can mess this up. And if worse comes to worse, I can just zing it a little more before I try to put them together. And I can straighten the other one out before I start putting them, twisting them together too. Right, it's really being a bugger. Another thing you can do, which I have several of these, but I'm not going to run off and do it because you'll be sitting here watching stuff and I don't want to stop and start, is if you had two of these systems, you could have one, like two of them attached right next to each other, but the two of the multiples attached near each other, and you could, but have them on the same single hook. Why is this not going on there? Because you guys are watching it. All right, come on. I will persevere, I promise. There, I got it on there. Woohoo! So we're gonna like pull this a little more, and as you can tell, the pressure is trying to make these clamps not do it, but we're just gonna leave that with some kinks in it for the moment, and we'll unkink it before we put it together. Again, we're going clockwise. We're taking this and putting this on the hook. Leave that one there. I think that green one's a little longer than the others. I saw that one in the kit. I tried to pick some that were the same. Now this one we're not going to take off. We're going to make it the same size as the others, but we're also going to straighten this out. And again, we're going clockwise. Here's a kink down here. We're unkinking it. Taking the white one off, and I'm going to put it on with this green one because they're about the same size. It's going to slack a little bit. Actually, I'm going to back this. Oh, the green one's got a little knot on it. I'm going to back this off just a little bit. So that means I'm going counterclockwise. So the white one and the green one are about the same size, so we've got a little more wiggle room here to get this one on here. And yes, I'm having anxieties because I'm doing this in front of you and trying not to mess up, and everything that could possibly almost go wrong is. So I got the white one on there. So now I've got this really kinky green one. It's a bugger. But now that I've pulled it off of there, as you see, it's straightened itself out because I've got the right tension on it, but it's a little short. So we're going to untwist it a little bit, open up a hole. We'll untwist it to where we can splay it open a little bit to get it onto the spinner hook. Now we're gonna need to make this one look like that one. So we're going to counter clockwise twist. Now this one's a little thicker because I used 3 bundles of thread. Now I've got this weird spot where they were, I just saw it where they were bundling up together and not making the proper candy cane look. Right here, and it's probably tension, this green, the green is not, the green threads are not bundling up properly. So I'm backing it up to try to make sure that it's all doing what it's supposed to do. Now I'm doing the counterclockwise. You do run into that sometimes. got it going on here again. It's right in here, but for some reason it's not catching itself properly. The two greens are piling up together improperly. So I'm going to back it up, which is going clockwise, and I'm trying to see why is it doing that. I can't tell. Okay, just going to play with that area so it will start. So now we're going to twist it again. If it doesn't work this time, I'm just going to leave it. That's why I like extra, and you may have to redo this. But see, I'm zinging it to where it's the same size as the blue one, and you're going to have to hold on to the spinner handle, and you pull this off the cup hook. You're going to untwist it a little so you can get it onto this cup hook. Yes, it is scary. I am breathing. And I just have to get it where I can get my finger over it and open it so I can force the cup hook force the cording onto the cup hook, I should say, not the cup hook onto anything. I am untwisting it some more. It would be nice if these had little pointy things on them. It would help it slide over, but then it would catch. And again, like I talked with you before, you don't want to use an over dye because it will make it look muddy and it'd be wasting an over dye. You want to use a solid. Cottons are great. Pearl cotton's good. You can use some wools and some other things. You always want to use a strand that you would use to stitch onto your piece. I hear someone in the background tiptoeing around. So Miss Josie, she's leaving us. Bye, Miss Josie.
Bye-bye.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. You got the new code, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Now that we've got that, and remember, we twisted clockwise, we twisted counterclockwise. So in order for this to go on itself, and this is over twisted, we're going to do clockwise again, and we're going to release some of that tension, but that's going to twist this on itself. And as you can see, bring it in, and I will also take it off and let you look. This looks like a rope, a braided rope. So I'm going to take this off. I'm only tying a knot in it just so I can, it's not going to unspring itself. I'm just tying a knot in it just to make sure it doesn't, whoops. Yes, and then we throw it on the floor. You have to throw it on the floor before, no, I'm only kidding. As you can see, I haven't tied a knot into this, but when you twist and retwist, and even when you do the other twisting, then let me bring you guys back. Hi, Beth. Sorry I had you on hold for a moment. Hi, Donna. This is, as you can see, when you twist and retwist and twist the way I do, it doesn't come undone. And the only reason I'm going to tie a knot in it is because we're playing with it. You don't want it to come undone. But as you can tell, see if this is get a good focus. See how cool that looks? That looks like a rope. Now, if we had this longer, another cool thing we could do is you have this. Hi, sweetie. Thanks for saying hi. When we have one like this, we can over twist it again going clockwise, because that's the way we went. You got to remember in your head, you went clockwise. So you would do another one where, thank you, you could do it clockwise, but you would have to cut them where they would be this size. And you could do one that's clockwise, counterclockwise, and then you have to figure out how to do it clockwise again, because they have to be going in the same way. Because if you don't do them in the same way, when you start twisting them together, the one, like if you did the one set, the last thing you did was counterclockwise, and you try to twist it with something that's clockwise, that's going to untwist the other one. So you have to remember in your head which way what's going. That's the only thing that you have to remember with this. But this could easily be zinged and have more added to it. And it's really cool, which I'll do another one where we're doing this. Well, I'll do another one that just has different, I'm looking and thinking how I'm going to say this. It won't be twisted and retwisted like this, but doing it where you have different bundles, sometimes bundles of threads, but twisting them the same way to get a cording, and you can get an uneven look. And that's, hi Tammy, that's really great when you're doing it, especially when you're doing one color and you want to add some sort of, we have somebody saying hi or looking at or leaving feedback. There you guys are. Wow. Isn't that amazing that I managed to do that without hanging up on all of you guys? So I will show you next time how to do just normal twisting, but doing different bundles. And what that does is it breaks up the look and gives you some decorative look to your twisted cording with the same color of thread, so it doesn't look mundane. Yes, we know she's left me feedback. Hopefully it's wonderful, because I am so wonderful. Sorry. Whoa. Anyway, this is what it looks like, and again, it looks like braid, and it can really get funky looking when you do different cordings like I did on the last one. I wish, well, she bought a lot of things, so sorry guys. Anyway, this is what, I can't get it to focus what it looks like. This is what it looks like, and it looks like rope, but that's how you do it when you want to do, I call it zinging, when you want to zing it. Hi, Bonnie. What we did, Bonnie, you'll have to go back and watch the whole thing, is we did 2 sets of twisted cording and then we retwisted them on it, and I call it retwisting and zinging. I'm sideways on your computer. That's because I had to turn it sideways so you guys could see it, because if I did my phone the regular way, it wouldn't work. I apologize. And if you guys are seeing it funky, I had to do it this way just so you could see both sides. Hi, Tina. And I apologize. I don't know if you can switch it back. I'm trying to work with this, but I still have a phone, not an iPad. But just so everybody could see both sides of it. And hey, can't you read backwards and go sideways, Bonnie? Anyway, this is what it looks like, and this is all I was going to show you. That's all I prepped for, was doing the twisting and retwisting really quick, because I didn't want to tell you guys I was going to do it and then just have my day. Hi, Tina. Thank you for saying hi back. That's that. And then again, like I told you guys, thanks for anyone that's wanted to pick up that long dog, because I didn't even know they had a chart. And I know that they had, Long Dog had designed that chart several years ago, and they had released it, and they gave the proceeds to the Lupus Society. Hi Betsy, you're catching me on the end. But anyway, I don't know if they're going to give the proceeds of this to another good cause or not. I don't know if you know that Nancy, who started the company, that thank you, Claire. I'm glad you thought it was informative. Anyway, some YouTubers brought out a bunch of samplers. They were like, hey, these are older ones, and guess what? They're pretty cool. And they mentioned one of mine, which I had a whole rush on them, and so did Jim. Had a big rush from shops and stuff on theirs. So we appreciate the tubers that did that. And you know, it's always great to go to the oldies. Everyone thinks new stuff is great, but oldies are better. But anyway, this was just the twisted cording. And I apologize to anyone that I'm sideways, but that's the only way I can figure out how to get you guys to see this. And you really should see. I got one of those little tiny camera things that the legs bend and everything, and I've got it like a spider attached to my chair so you guys can see this. And yes, I am sitting on my knees so you guys can see me and not my boobs or my tummy, because we don't want to see my tummy. Boobs, maybe, maybe not. Anyway, that's this twisted cording. I am going to set it, not today, but I will set it up maybe on tomorrow or whenever, but I'm going to set it up so you guys can, hi Kim, thanks for joining us. I'm going to set it up so you can see same color but different size bundles. Like I'll do one for, like, it'll have 2 bundles of the thread, and then the other one will have 4, and we might even do it as a 3 twist, or I'll do more than 1 twist with the same color, so you'll see how you can get a different look with the thank you for saying hi, sweetie. You'll get a different look, and that can be decorative on your ornament. And then probably what I'll do is show you how to attach cording, because that's, we also want someone to show how to attach the pom-pom, and I haven't gotten to that. But that leads us to a little quick thing. I've got some of the cocoa gingham linen left from the kits from PSS, and so it won't sit around. I am feverishly, they're really cute. I'm working on reproducing one of my samplers that's probably going to be stitched on a 28. It's an Adam and Eve. It's very primitive with the houses and some deer on it. But what I did is grabbed the houses and the vase with the flowers. Hi, Robin. Oops. Hi, Robin. We just finished doing twisting and retwisting, so you may want to rewatch this video, and it shows you how to do bundling and make this look like cording. But I'm just telling you a couple other things that are coming up, and then I'm going to run and do my errands, and we'll see how things go. Hi, Libby. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for saying hi, Robin. Hi, Dawn. So we just did the twisting and retwisting. You may want to watch this video over again, and this is how it comes out. Yeah. Oh, you love A&Es? Yeah, this one is really, I've had this one for a long time. It's very simple, and I'm really going to have, I might, even with my special spyglass stitching that I have, magnification, I probably might have to get another magnification or magnifier to look over this one, because the colors really have faded out, and I don't like taking my samplers apart and looking at the back. I'm not sure, I'll just give you another info thing. Museums are starting to figure out that taking them apart is causing them to disintegrate and opening them up. So leaving them, because it used to be this big thing, you got them off the wood, you got them off everything, you took them out of the frame, stuck them in a drawer, and that would preserve them. And they're now finding that taking them apart, unless you absolutely have to, no, you wouldn't have that chart, because I haven't done this one yet. This is the one I'm working on, and I am going to do these. It's going to be a little kit. It's not going to have the threads, because it's so small you guys can pull your threads. Can I suggest good magnification glasses? Okay, let me finish this one thought, and Robin, yes, I'll tell you how to do this. It will have the thread and the chart, and I'm going to stitch it over 2, and I probably will stitch it over 1, so because it's small enough, it's going to be like a 3x4 little pin cushion, but if you stitch it over 1, because it's on 28 count, you could make it into a fob. Yeah, this one's going to be a new one. I do have 1 or 2 other A&Es, but this one's a new one, and the Adam and Eve are almost silhouette. So I think they had great leaves on them, but they've turned brown, whatever the green was. Okay, back to Robin. Robin asked, can I suggest good magnification glasses? I do triples, and what I've learned, all right, here's the deal. If you have tris or any type of glasses you have, they do them to a normal, I didn't realize this, someone told me, they do them to a normal length. So if you can't see things, that's like some people say, oh, I've got computer glasses. That's because your screen is so far away from your face. So even if you have just like normal glasses and don't have to have bifocals or trifocals or a billion focals like I do, you still can't see the screen very well with your normal glasses, because depending on if you're nearsighted or farsighted or whatever, it's a certain length from your face. And they usually do it for how you would read, I can't see my hands, but how you would hold and read a book. So it's so far from your face to there. So what you need to do, if you need glasses, and I really recommend going through the expense of doing this, is going to a good eye doctor and you need to make sure when you call and make an appointment, or just ask if their eye doctor can work with adjusting the length on your glass from the side of your glasses, because you need to have them you need normal glasses, but you also need to have some that are specific distance away from you. So what I do is I take the smallest type of stitching that I would have, like if you only want to, I start off with 40 count because it can't hurt you. Yeah, Betsy says she's got several glasses, and I do too. I have normal glasses and stitching glasses, but let me finish this bit. You take your stitching in with your needle and your thread, and you go through your normal exam, and you tell your eye doctor, I'm going to need a pair of glasses that I need to do something special with, like I need to stitch with. And so what you need to do is sit there, and you need to hold your stuff where you would hold it to stitch, and then you have them measure how far that is from your face. And then what you can do is then have that put in, like if that's the only thing you need, then your whole glasses could be that. But I also have mine magnified by 10. The way my eyes are there, that can do that. Sometimes depending on what your eyesight is, you can't. Your doctor should be able to tell you that. But you will have the distance changed on your glasses so you can see better. Because I'm starting to I'm getting older, as we all do. Unfortunately, we haven't figured out the time continuum yet and figured out relativity so we can go backwards. But even though I have my glasses and I would be able to read something normally, but if it's too far, like if I need to stick my head into something and see, and whatever's written is further than the distance on my glasses, I can't read it. And you also need good light. Light helps. But if I'm making sense, you need to go through your normal eye exam, take your stitching, and tell them you need a pair of glasses that are separate from your normal glasses, that are a distance, and you need them to measure from where you see to where you stitch. And so practice stitching where you would have it. And usually stitching is a little further away than what you're reading, because you don't stitch like here where you would read, you sort of stitch here. So they'll need to measure that. And then the other thing I do, these are my stitching glasses. I have them on. I really need my eyes checked because I'm starting to have a problem even seeing. And once you get your stitching glasses, because they'll be multiplied, if you can get them multiplied, and they'll be stronger, they will make you a little dizzy when you're walking around and using them. I can tell that I really need my eyes. I can't see as well, and plus these don't bother me to wear them other than stitching. But the other thing I do, bye Tina, yeah, watch on a replay. I think you'll enjoy it. And be safe with your errands. Yeah, I'm going to run out and do errands too in a minute. But another thing I did with my eyeglasses is, since I'm not, usually when they do try or even buy or whatever, they just do this little bit because you're just looking down. Since I use these only for stitching mostly, I have them really do almost the whole lens as the close-up, and barely, like I think this pair doesn't even have any for long distance. It's all for up close, because I can look over the glasses if I'm watching TV or something like that, because my farsightedness is, seeing far away is not as bad as what I see up close, which I think that's backwards when you talk about it. Anyway, I hope that answered your question, Robin. If you need more information, PM me and I will try to write it down or tell you more about it, but that's what I do. The other thing you can do is go look at peepers and take them. But the problem you're going to run into with just peepers and not actually getting prescription glasses is the peepers and anything like that are set at a certain distance. So unless you stitch in that zone, no matter how much magnification you have, it's not going to work because it will be too far away from you. I mean, it won't be at the right distance. I mean, you can try to stitch closer, but watch, don't stick the needle in your eye or your nose. But that's why you really need to go and get them from a doctor. And trust me, it's going to be a sticker shock. But I recommend it. And I'm also looking, I'd never done this before, but I'm starting to have issues seeing my computer. Oh, you're welcome, Robin. I hope it did answer it. Hi, Donna. Oh, the dollar store. Yep, you can get them from there, but again, you need to be careful and watch and make sure that you can stitch in the zone that you can see. I found that the higher end peepers, if you're going to go with the peeper type of, they're called cheaters too. If you're going to go with the peepers, sometimes I find the higher end work better because there's less distortion in them because they use a higher end, I guess, a plastic or whatever. But just do the other people. I can't use them. I probably can now because I can't see. But when I was younger, I couldn't use the magnifiers that they have on some of these lights and other things like that. But you have to be careful with those because if you don't cover them, they're just like any other magnifier. If light goes through it, it can catch something on fire. And a lot of people sit near windows and have stuff like that. So you have to, my feet are going to sleep while I'm sitting. You have to be careful if you use magnifiers and cover them so that they won't catch anything on fire. Because I think on PSS, we had a young lady, one of our stitchers, she went on vacation and her magnifier was near a window or something and it caught the furniture on fire and their house was caught on fire while they were on vacation. And that is a thing. Always, if you do use lights or any type of lighting system and you have magnifiers on it, they come with a cover for the magnifier. Always cover it or make one. Always unplug it. Those things scare me. So I would unplug it. They're just a little different than normal lights. But I don't have one, but I would unplug it and I would cover the magnifier. And you never keep your magnifier near a window or anything you can have the light come through. So anyway, food for thought, just think about it. But if you really see, I do this for a business, so I have to have mine work, so I'm gonna have to find money and go do it. And vision doesn't always cover all of that, but Pearl, and you really need to go to a specialized individual doctor. Pearl Vision, I tried them once, they didn't do it right. Nothing against them, no slam. But I found the big box ones. Hi, Ramona. Let's see what Claire said. She has bifocals with the lower section, let's see, being specific for crafts. And the upper is long distance. And she's in a class or group. Let's see. Let me turn so I can read what she's saying. She's in a class or group. She can look it up. She did a prescription from a doctor and went to BJ Wholesale or Costco, and it's a little more reasonable, and she wears glasses all the time. Yeah, you need to go to I would pay the money for the specialized doctor. Then you can, once you've got the prescription, anyone can put it together. And if they don't, you make them redo it. Because I did take my prescription to Pearl and they tried to change, or not Pearl, it was another one of those box things. And they tried to screw it up and said the doctor wrote it wrong, and I checked with my doctor and he didn't. But there's a group that's in with the doctor that I go to, and they're really good about the fact that they put the lenses in when I take my glasses there. Because some of these places, if you want to reuse your frame or whatever, they'll take your frame and you don't have glasses till it comes back, and then you don't have your lenses. Like the place I go to, if something gets messed up with the lenses, because sometimes they can read it wrong, or it doesn't get ground right, or it's not in the right section, especially since I use the progressives, they can put the old lenses back in until you get your new lenses. That's another thing you may want to check on if you really have to have your glasses. I've been wearing glasses enough that I rotate things around and usually keep one pair that I can wear and use until everything is where it needs to be. Hi, Becky. Hi. Bye, Donna. And yeah, I gotta go too, so I'm letting you guys go. But anyway, I hope that's answered your question. But again, I would just go through, find a doctor that's by themselves. Sometimes they'll have an eye thing, but once you have your prescription, you can go anywhere and look around, and yeah, you can get them cheaper. So I did as I promised. I showed you the cording. Re-look at this. I've got some announcements I'll make later, and I'll put these on the other things, and I'll upload this to YouTube. But share this. But once we get, I forgot the number, I'm gonna do a little giveaway. I'm gonna start following some people's little things. But just so we can get going, and we're off the grid in here, I think I'm gonna make sure I haven't done, looked at all the privacy and everything, but I just wanted everyone to feel comfortable. Guess I'll set up rules. I'm a rule breaker, but it's just as long as we play nice with each other and we can discuss things or say things. I think Betsy's saying she either spent 200 or her glasses are 200 or 300. Did you just spend 200 or 300? Okay. Anyway, let me go and let you guys go. Thanks for watching. I hope to have that pincushion little thing set up for you. And again, that's going to be a little kit that I'm hoping to release by the weekend. Hi, Kathy. I'm leaving as you're coming in. No, 300 what, Betsy? $300 or 300 on your magnification? I don't understand. Anyway, I'm running my errands, and I will hopefully have that pincushion set up. And again, I've got some oldies but goodies I'm listing, and we'll go from there. Oh, people, 300 people. Yes, I need to get 300. Hi, Pat. You're coming in as I'm going out. It's 300 people, and I'm going to have a drawing, and I'll have to figure out what it is. It might be a small little painted box. I'm not sure. We're going to see what it is. I'm going to go through my Barney boxes and see what I can, it could be a couple pieces of velvet for finishing, or it could be some trim. I'll pull something together, and because I think we have 200 and some, so I thought, oh, it's 100 and some, or almost 200. So I think 300 as the people that, and then we'll start going for more. And then also, so I can keep my YouTube station, if you guys would go on there, share it, or help get that up, because they're getting really weird about who can stay on there and whatever. So I'm going for the rock star. Anyway, bye guys. You have a great day. I will be seeing you later with the other announcements. I finished stitching my hearts, and I will have the fob stitched up, and now I might use that to show you guys how to put some of the trim on there. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'm sorry I'm sideways on your computer, but I hope that it still gives you the information you need. And if you need anything, PM me, and I will be more than glad to answer questions. Bye.